Intro time. Hello, welcome to the One Gamer. I'm your host, Rob. Welcome to Stream Street Day 268. We're joined by my Christmas elf. But don't call him the Grinch. It's Dayton from Party of the Old Points. Hello, sir. How are you?
Doing fantastic. Putting
we look so
maple
Christmassy.
syrup in my tea.
Maple syrup in your tea. I can't. I don't have any tea. I've got some. I left my water outside. What an idiot. Filled up my water and I left it, so I can't even tell everyone. So please stay hydrated. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show. Please do stay hydrated as much as you can. Ziggy's in the chat. Yeah, the winner of the Party at the Old Points prize draw, right?
Yeah, he's got a Mega Gargant and a bunch of stickers and mini mag trays and a big bag of all dressed chips.
I can't think of a better person to win it, to be honest. Big fan of the Zigs. Ziggy Zagar is what I say. But I'm also a big fan of everyone else in the chat. Intern Matt, nice to see you here. Also nice to see Games Workshop intern whenever he turns up. He's definitely always on time. Superfly Jimmy Snooker, hello. War Machine, Star Wax, Rabid Bunny, Diadrin, hello everyone. Hope you're all well. Scrivo, what up? Me and Dayton today, we're just going to be hanging out, doing some hobby, shooting the shit. And Dayton, you brought up the fact that it's never a fun time this time of year for everyone.
No, it's the worst month of the whole year for mental health. So This month is the highest for suicides and overdoses.
Okay. All right. So that means none of you fuckers are leaving ship. That's the first port of call. Any of you listening right now, we love you and you're staying here, right? Not like this show right now, this moment, but like generally, you're staying around with us. So if you ever need to reach out or talk to us, then let us know. Don't forget, I'll be live all of Christmas Day, so if you're like, fuck, I can't be asked, like, I'm Christmas on my own, or fuck, I hate my family, just join me. We'll just chinwag again together. We'll talk about all sorts. You'd be like, Rob, let's get real weird about, like, you know, what bakers in Hammerhall make, and how much they hate, like, the guild merchants, and, you know, should they really set up a union inside the Sorcerer's Guild, inside Hallerheart. And I'll be like, let's spend 4 hours on that. Let's do that. Whatever you want at Christmas, we'll do it. Got any thoughts, Dane?
I doubt there's a union, honestly. I think things are so bad that I don't think a union is in their forefront for thoughts.
Genuinely tempted to set up like the Free Guild Union or something as like a Twitter. Whenever someone says anything like the Free Guild Union refuses to march until equal rights for all sorcerers in...
Gabawaki, yes, definitely yes to unions. I am myself a shop steward and a union delegate, so I am in the know.
I still think
same with Joe Pagano.
So with Jane Pagano, yeah, you got to get that OSHA contract sorted. That's the facts. I don't know what any of that meant. I just want you to know. Well, I feel like we need to set up like maybe a Warhammer union. Maybe that would be good for our mental health. Any thoughts?
Like a big Discord chat or something?
Yeah, just the Warhammer union, and then like we could lobby for things. I don't know what we would lobby for. Cheaper plastic glue.
Better smelling plastic glue would be good.
Yeah, everyone to wash at tournaments as not a right, as a
it's part of your union package. Deodorant.
Deodorant is part of your union package. Anyway, are you well? How are you?
Yeah, things are good. Actually, going on that mental health this weekend, last night and the night before, we just been hanging out on Discord with Slanice and a few others and Budtastic and just been painting and BS on the weekends now. So.
And have you found that quite helpful for yourself?
Yeah, it's nice, right? Like we can't actually, you're not supposed to be socializing with anyone, so it's like in the person, so it's good to do it online. Yeah, it's kind of like you have friends.
I think it's exactly like you have friends, but you're just talking to them in a different format.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice.
Yeah.
I miss people. I won't lie to you. That would be a dream to see some folk, especially some Warhammer folk. But like, I guess I always know that I'm going to talk to someone when I come here, so that makes me feel good. So for me, like over like the Stream Street times, it's always been nice to just hang out at least with you guys. You know, that's been a positive in my life, ultimately. But then maybe I've also just become a cranky old curmudgeon over the stream streak, and now I just want to be on my own forever. Any thoughts? Any thoughts on that?
No, man, you got this. And we have you.
Oh. Have you, thanks, intern Matt, I can't wait to see you, you ugly shit. Diadrin asks, have you opened your Diachasm box?
It's on the way. I live in a remote area. I have to wait for things.
Doesn't come immediately?
It'll be here, like, probably by next Friday. Our post office right now is pretty banged up with everything. So.
Yeah.
I bought the worm spat. Bit warband too. So.
Oh, did you?
Because it's Nurgle. I friggin' love Nurgle.
Yeah. Are you? Oh dear. Have you have you got any like Christmas plans? Like, are you excited about doing any hobby over Christmas, or is it just going to be Warcry for you getting that up and sorted? Is that kind of your Christmas thing?
That was Underworlds, but yeah, I understand where you're going.
Isn't that the same thing? It's all the same to me. No. It's all the fucking same to me.
Same, Rob. It's a different game system. Same company. Okay, different rules writers. No, I just finished school last week, so that's cool. Got 87%. I'm happy with that.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And then I go to work for a month and a half, and then I go back to school again. So
that's pretty fun.
But yeah, go back to work after 2 months, which is gonna be fun. 12-hour days. Woo.
Wow. Wowie. Yeah. I've got to do 96 pieces of terrain for the T-Sports Arena. 96.
Are they all going to be the Death Guard bongs?
Yeah, 96 of them. So deploy them all over. Yeah, that's my monumental task ahead over the Christmas period. So that's probably moving into January.
Is it GW terrain, or are you just making it yourself?
No, we're 3D printing it all.
Oh yeah, of course. I forgot about the bond, the kingsmanship with the 3D printing.
Yes, well, it's also just far more economical. Like, if you were to buy 96 pieces of games to terrain, you'd have to like take out a small loan. Like, whereas you can probably comfortably do a table of AOS and 40k compliant terrain that looks really nice for about £30. So about 60 Canadian dollars, and that's pretty nuts, right? I think.
Do you have to sand it, or is their 3D printers really good?
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. You might have to like do something with it, but like making it look a bit mucky is fine, right? Just like weather it all up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, I know we're like 10 minutes in, but how's my audio?
Really good. Did you worry that it was bad?
Well, my kid messes with my dials all the time, so
I would have told you. If it was not good. Don't worry. Don't you worry. That's the first thing I do when I tune in. You don't work with Nathan Prescott for over 3 years and not immediately start listening to the audio.
Oh my god, yeah, you gotta like pick up those vocals. I wish you could hear his thoughts. Can you get a microphone for his thoughts?
In his thoughts, I can sometimes read his mind now, and it's all awful. I just want you to know that. Like, everything is just really tough for us to listen to and hear. He says some really mean things about me, and I don't know why I keep inviting him on the show. What's going on with... so in the chat, Owen's just bought the Tzeentch Battletome yesterday, and he feels really dirty. You got any thoughts on the Tzeentch Battletome?
Yeah, get used to painting gold trim. Ooh. So much gold trim.
I really would like to... So I'm really loving painting my Death Guard. Loving it. Right. And I was thinking about what my future projects are for painting. And I was like, I really want to do another Age of Sigmar army, but I don't know what. I really, really don't know. Like, there's Cities of Sigmar, but I'm a little bit scared of that. Like, I feel like... It's not that they don't have long for the world, but I do feel like Games Workshop is, like, at any moment could just pull the rug onto some of those models. Do you know what I mean? Oof. So investing in older models would be like... So I kind of wanted to look at some of, like, the new... product range, and I was like, well, you know, I always favoured the Ossiarch Bone Reapers aesthetic. I could go for that. That would be nice. But then I was like, I just don't know, to be honest. I was thinking Slaves to Darkness, but then they don't have any new models, and you really need to paint up some Marauders, but they're just ugly. They're just fugly. So,
you can third world those, or third company those easy.
Yeah, I know. It's just I don't know which ones to pick. Do you know what I mean? So maybe just do Slaves to Darkness. But I was a bit like torn. But then I was like, I just want to do some Thousand Suns. And I think one of the things that's really fun about I'm doing Death Guard Marines versus sometimes doing Age of Sigmar armies is I think I've got like 40 Plague Marines to do. And that is way more Plague Marines than you really need. Yeah? Way more Plague Marines than you really need.
We'll see.
However, Well, we'll see. If we'll see. Let's make them 10 points each. Let's fucking go. Whereas, it's like if in Age of Sigmar, 40 models wouldn't really. I mean, if you're doing like eels or like
you just built up one unit.
yeah. So I think that's one of the things I've quite enjoyed about it. Like you paint up like a bug and it's like 100 points, and you're like, I'm fucking laughing about in this situation. So
yeah.
I think that's there's a really. I talked about this earlier in the week. I don't know if you heard about the kind of the elite. How would you feel if Age of Sigmar went like a little bit more elite? Like you didn't have quite as many bodies on the board, or would you be pro that? Not pro that?
Do you think they're going to do that with the downsizing the board size? It would make sense, right?
I think it would make sense. Like, I also feel like we're going to see the coherency that's in 40k going to Age of Sigmar as well, but that's like my wild pick. Because I don't think they like the idea of them. It would also look like a ranked / massed battlefield game. Like, they would get to keep all of the movement and stuff that you like, but at the same time, it would look like a block of dudes kind of walking in a regiment. Whereas, like right now, it kind of looks like someone's doing like some 3D geometry, you know, and trying to summon like a demon through the board, like which is fine with me. I like how it looks anyway. But like, it's about them, not us, and what they think it wants to look like. So I honestly think that they might do that. I don't know if you got any thoughts on it.
Yeah, clean it up a little bit, make it the triangle that it is for 40k.
Do you think it would be a positive?
It would be restrictive in a way because AOS, you can't do the 1 inch of another model that's engaged or ½ inch of another model that's engaged. So you're losing a lot of melee attacks. Mm-hmm. And Age of Sigmar should be all about melee.
Agreed.
Should be.
Should be. Is it? Is it though? That's the question. Do you know what I was thinking about last night? Well, not this night. This morning in the shower. And again, be thinking as weird as I am, I was thinking about getting terrain for it, getting terrain like we've seen for 40k in Age of Sigmar, and having like some really good line of like site blocking stuff, you know, and there being some sort of like we're definitely going to do that on the board, you know, breachable stuff and all that kind of thing. I was like, that's kind of cool. Like I'm really into that idea. And then I just thought sentinels on a smaller board, and I thought like they've already answered the problem before they've like come up with a solution, right? Or they've created the problem before they come up with a solution. They're like, right, a lot of shooting. We're going to create a lot of like terrain. We're going to emphasize like terrain setups in Age of Sigmar like they have with 40k. And then they're like, no, sentinels that can shoot 36 inches on a smaller board and ignore line of sight.
Right.
I was like, oh dear.
Techless, man. You give him a second chance to make an army. He does a pretty good job. And he didn't even screw up his first one, honestly.
Pardon me?
He just focused it all into eels for some reason.
Yeah, he just focused it loads on the fish elements of it.
Yeah, he's into tentacle porn for sure.
Definitely. He's a weird fella. He's like elves with fish. Didn't work. Now I'll breed elves with cows. Okay. Next up, elves with lions? Maybe.
They're just too egotistical, elves are. And I think Teclis just really represents that really well. Like, I don't feel like he would help you if you came to him.
Oh, really?
He wouldn't have the time. Teclis wouldn't have the time.
He wouldn't be there for you, emotionally or physically. Yeah. Happy Sunday, Stu Flynn. Valerie, be careful, Rob, on this dog's tried to bite. Oh, my Christmas dog's tried to bite me. Ghost Walker says, I'm going to go a bit big on 2 AOS armies for next year, Ether War and Encouragement Battle Force. And Feast of Bones with Ogre Mortride's Battle Force, big guys and little guys for 2021. That sounds really fun.
See, that's our mental health fixing. Buying new armies.
Does that help your mental health, buying new models?
Be so distracted and overwhelmed with the job you have to do that you can't focus on anything else.
Perfect. That's all you need. I've honestly found just finishing units off and armies off this year a massive massive mental health boost. I don't know about you. Do you find that when you finish stuff off?
I find when I finish things off, yes, everyone is nicer to me once they're finished off, for sure.
Honestly, that's been one of my big things this year. Like instead of painting up whole armies, I've just tried to paint up units. And when you finish off a unit, you really do feel like you've achieved something and accomplished something, which feels really, really great. So I've been that's been my big kind of positive out of 2020.
Yeah, I don't get that. I'm looking back at all my deck rounds I've been painting, and I don't feel like I'm done yet.
Is that because you're redoing them though?
Redoing and then painting up the new ones too.
Oh, okay. Have you done it on a unit by unit basis though? Have you done it like?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And have you found that helpful?
Yeah, I feel like before moving on, or else you just get overwhelmed, I think.
It's
Plus
too
I'd
much.
run out of shade before I'd finish the army anyways.
Do you have to really plan ahead where you're based? Like, if you run out of something really like soon, what happens?
I know, like I'm almost out of black and I'm searching for black. And everyone's out of black, so
Aren't we all? Okay. All right. Yeah. I mean, I'm lucky. There's just paint shops all around, so I can just walk up the road or anything.
Yeah.
And they're open, which is also
you should
nice.
go to Scribbo's shop for all your essential needs and supplies.
Oh wait, so Scriver's got an online shop now?
No, I don't think so.
I think so. I saw
Is
him
he?
he's a model now. Yeah, Scrivo. So if you guys don't know, our art director Scrivo. By the way, I'm sorry, Dayton. Probably first person I should have told is Scrivo, but I just want everyone to know that Scrivo has actually been promoted inside the company. He's now head of arts and media supplies. Most people don't know that, but like he's been promoted. So congratulations, everyone, to Scrivo in the chat.
Can't wait for that raise, eh, Scrivo?
He does get paid. You're not going to raise this, Scrivo.
Get paid in Funyuns.
Funyuns are good. I'm just going to say that. Right. So, have you got any tips and tricks for helping people with their mental health over this period of time?
Yeah, it's not mine. Here's a really good tip if you ever become a shop steward, and it's good in life. You don't need to know everything. You just need to know someone who knows something. And so whenever you're lacking on a particular subject, you can contact them and they'll fill you in and be the expert. So my friend has a theory called the X-Men theory.
Okay.
And I'll explain it to you. I'll read it word for word by her. So, see, the X-Men are a bunch of superheroes who for much of their lives live as outcasts from society due to their various mutant powers, which are seen only as scary and dangerous. Mm-hmm. But they're able to become heroes because they learn to adapt their mutant qualities and harness them properly and understand how to use them to their advantage. So even while the world around them may still reject the X-Men and their otherness, we, the readers, are able to see just how fucking badass they are and appreciate their mutations and seeing them for what they are. Motherfucking superpowers. So when I have a client who is overly focused on their flaws, mutations, and negative attributes, I ask them if it is possible to find the benefits and positives or how these mutations help them in their everyday life. How do they become superpowers? It's not replacing one with the other. It's transforming what is already there. It's pretty cool to watch someone melt into the awareness that they don't have to be so fucking hard on themselves all the time. That even in the qualities of ourselves that we hate the most, it is possible to find the little beauty if we look with a little creativity and curiosity.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah. So you make a chart of what you consider to be your flaws and things that you may get overly focused on. And you try to find the benefits in those flaws and you make that in the other chart. So you focus more on the positive of what you have. Because you're not going to get rid of our quirks and your weirdness and your addictions.
That's why, like, a good example would be for me, as people know, I'm incredibly disorganized. True story. True story. Yeah? Like, can't organize for shit. Like, and I piss people off, and it makes me get really depressed. And then I'm like, I have to apologize to everyone all the time, and then I don't message people back, and then I get really upset, and I get really confused, and then I feel awkward about messaging them back, so then I feel fucking even worse and embarrassed, and it's really, really bad, especially for like trying to like organize stuff. But that's why I do stuff live, Dayton, because then just like you literally don't have, you're just fucking firing on all cylinders and organizing right there. You're like, we'll just fucking organize it right now because we're here. Yeah, terrible, I know, terrible, but like that's me turning my weakness into a superpower because I can organize stuff live really well. Yeah, I'm like, okay, all this is going to shit. Don't worry. You do that. You do this. You do that. We'll fucking fix it.
You carry a conversation very well. There's no dead air in your shows.
Thank you so much. I'm a blagger. Like that's what it is. So I have learned to
But
blag.
when I message you 3 days in a row if we're doing a show on Sunday and I get nothing back, my wife and I laugh about it the night before, and I set my alarm clock.
So
Because
sorry.
I know you, Rob. I know
But
you.
I'm here. Tell your wife I'm sorry. Everyone else deserves. But
No. We laugh about it. We know you know.
Oh, okay. But no ill intent.
Hmm.
But just whatever that is. I have ADHD, and the ADHD community is very well established that for a lot of people we have bad stuff. But at the same time, ADHD provides you with abilities that other people struggle with. Yeah.
Ooh, want to hear a positive note about ADHD then?
Yeah. Go for it.
Firefighters.
Oh,
The
really?
majority of firefighters have ADHD on some level or another. And what ADHD helps you really do is clarify and focus during panic situations.
Oh, really?
You don't get caught up. You don't get caught up in your environment. You get caught up in your tasks. And that helps you stay focused and oriented in dangerous situations or things that could be life-threatening or confusing to others. There's your positive in ADHD.
Okay.
So it's a trait that most firemen actually have in one way or another.
Do you
Hence
think
why
you have
board
it?
game night is so popular. Oh, yeah, for sure. I for sure have it. I have a hard time studying online and focusing on things for if there's other tasks in front of me.
Okay, that makes sense. I think being aware of like everyone's like strengths and weaknesses is also really valuable as well. Like when I used to like run clubs and I had like a load of like employees working for me, like it was always valuable to be aware of people's strengths and weaknesses, because ultimately like some people aren't like necessarily suited to do a task or a job or a role. Like, and sometimes if you can be a good enough manager, like you're at least aware of that, which is positive. You're like, you're not going to be good at this job, so you shouldn't do that job. Yeah,
You
but
don't judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree.
Exactly. But yeah, so you just get that fish swimming in the like so, and I think some people put themselves in positions where they try to be fish climbing a tree, right? I think that's a lot of why people like end up being hard on themselves, and I don't think people should be, which is like not fun. And also sometimes there's the other thing as well where some people just lack maybe like a bit of confidence or whatever it is. Like I'll give you a good example. Owen fucking Jackson, yeah. I don't want to out him here, but he's always felt like a little uncomfortable.
Too late.
Like whenever we do a show. But the motherfucker can just talk about Warhammer all day long, and I love listening to him talk about Warhammer.
Right? We all need an Owen Jackson in our life.
We all need an Owen Jackson. It's like Scrivo. Like when we go to events, he's always like, he's not like the most like take charge, but I know he can take charge. He just doesn't want to because he's like a nice guy who's like, I don't want to like impose. I'm like, be fucking Hitler, Scrivo. Get in charge. Yeah, not
fuck
Hitler.
You,
Yeah, not Hitler. But Stalin. Be Stalin. Scrivo. But yeah,
be
like,
Stalin. Yeah,
be Stalin. So I think it's important to understand your own strengths and weaknesses as well, which can take some time, right? And is a learning process for everyone.
write it down.
Write it down. What? Write what down?
As soon as you start writing down what you have as qualities or flaws or whatever, this is when you actually start becoming aware of it.
Oh, okay. I hadn't thought about that.
Right. Put it on paper.
So the best thing I learned to ever do for my mental health ever was I watched there's a really, really good TED Talk called the Secrets to Happy Work, and it's a really, really good one. It's about positive psychology, and what I just like, and I took it on board like heavily. I didn't do the meditating because I'm never doing meditating. I just don't have that in me as a person to meditate. But one of the really good things it told me to do was spend like at the end of each day, write down 3 positives from your day, because it retrains your brain to find positives from your day all day long. So like you're looking for stuff, so you're like, okay, I've got to write down 3 things at the end of the day, and then you write them down as like your positive things. You're like, I had a really nice coffee today, or like, I made some scrambled egg, or like whatever, like, your positive stuff. It doesn't have to be very complicated. It doesn't have to be like, I finished an army, or I bought a model, or like, I won Eurovision. None of those things, none of those obvious goals that everyone has. It needs to be it needs to be something like just that makes you happy. And then I did that. I did that in my like early 20s. And I would say that there's been like a strong, like if ever I've started to like feel really low again, I start doing that again. And I'm just like, do you know what? Sitting outside having a coffee, that's a great day. That's like a really good time. Reading a little book, that's a great time. Seeing Dayton as an elf, great time.
Finishing things off, always good.
Finishing things such as
That's the joke, Rob. You leave it in there for other people to think about. And it's usually sexual, because that's what people think.
Ziggy says it's a brilliant management training I've had that talked about understanding strengths and weaknesses and how to work with different types of people. For example, a good mixed group will get better results if people have different strengths and support each other. It's really interesting and moves away from the be good at everything stick that gets waved around a lot. Absolutely.
You want different thoughts in a group. What the hell is that called? I don't know. But if everyone starts thinking the same, then it basically destroys the group.
Agreed. I agree. That's why I like having like different opinions on the show, like because then you all just like say what you think. I think that one is the Sean Anchor one, AOS Pete, but I'll double check. But yeah, having different thoughts is always really good. What hobby have you been doing, Dayton?
Paint my Necrons hard and playing board games with my wife.
How is she doing with her AOS army?
She has started base coating or paste blocking in her paints for Idnath for 3 elves. I told her to get 3 done so you understand kind of what you're going with the army, and then hopefully that will spark you to go. But it's been a week since she's put paint to them yet, so it's tough. We're busy. I get it.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes loads of sense. There's a lot going on in the world, right? Okay. Yeah. I mean, I don't really have that. I don't have that at all. I don't have any busy things. This is what I do.
You got a studio to prep for eventually when things open up.
Yeah. I mean, that took 8. The designing the terrain thing took way longer than I could actually think. And I do have to do some other stuff. Like we're going to the WTC next year, so I've been trying to itemize like what it takes to travel over with like a crew of 12 people. So that's been like pretty stressful because again, not a very good organizer, and then working out how to specifically get equipment and people over to a venue is fairly... I think we're going to drive. We're going to road trip through Europe, which would be quite fun.
Hey, Scribble, guess what? You're the driver.
He can't drive.
What? He can't drive? Intern Matt.
Intern Matt, you're the driver. No, I think Fishy's going to drive. We're going to have a great time. But like, I go on a little European road trip with the Honest Wargamer crew for the World Team Championships at 40k. That's a great event, right? That'll be a fun time,
right?
Yeah.
And who didn't just watch Eurotrip for the boobs? I mean, honestly,
Eurotrip, did it? I never even watched Eurotrip. Did it have loads of boobs in it?
It had boobs. Eurotrip definitely had boobs.
Boobs also good for the mental health.
Exactly.
Aries Pete says, I have a high-stress job and struggle to switch off at home and even out being social. Literally, the only thing that keeps me present and switched off is playing AOS. I managed to stay completely focused. Yeah, agreed. That's one of my, we talked about earlier, you know how we occasionally cry once a month Dayton to reset. Do you find that, playing a game of Warhammer, resets you?
Yeah, because it makes you focus on things, right? Because it takes you out of everything that's going on and then makes you focus on one particular thing. That's why I play a lot of board games for that reason too, right? It's good to just have a task and something that's fun and challenging.
Yeah. I think that's why I got into building Warhammer.
Yeah, I mean, AOS and Warhammer, but you're also sharing that experience of one individual that you probably haven't met before, which makes it really cool too. Or can be really horrible, depending on the person. And for all those horrible people, fuck you, buddy.
Yeah, fuck you, buddy. How would you feel about a Uber Eats or a Deliveroo sort of star rating system for people you play at Warhammer? You're 3 stars, great boobs, but terrible fucking chat.
That'll eliminate people, though. There's a lot of socially awkward people that are very much introverts that do particularly play our game because they really like our game. And I think by adding that level, it's going to make them not want to come to the table.
What if they could do it very much like you do on Uber, where you're I'm deaf. Yeah, you could just be like I hate people. Yeah, and then you get to the table and you get you get 5 lines from a person I hate people. We could drink beers together. I get salty about my dice. Really love shouting mega knobs all the time. You're all right, I can fuck with this. This is stuff I can fuck. Because if they set up what your experience is going to be of the person, you're okay, yeah.
But you should be doing that as a good player and host anyways. Establish those boundaries right in the beginning of the game.
Maybe that's what you should do. Just be like, tell me 5 things about you right now. 5 things. You know, like,
Right.
reel off your 5 things and be like, give me your 5 things. Be like, I
When
love
did you lose your
missionary.
virginity? Who was it to? Do you remember seeing the boobs in Eurotrip? Michelle Trachtenberg, I think is the actress.
Is she dead now?
Oh, I don't know.
That's weird, isn't it? Seeing boobies that are now dead boobies. That's awkward. That's one of the saddest
Live
things
in the
you can think
moment. Don't think about anything else.
Anyway, I went from Superfly Jimmy Snook says I went from an A cup to a C cup since lockdown started. Wife's gonna get jelly soon. What the fuck?
It's when you can lick your own nipple, you know you've gone places.
Yeah, that's true. Will Dockrell says I'm working as an electrician in people's houses at the minute. My days are starting at 5:30 and getting home at 7 p.m. I love painting as it helps me mentally decompress. Yes, baby. Same thing. Like, Diadrin, why have you linked dudeslookinfordudes.com? I'm clicking the link. I'm clicking the link and I don't give a fuck what anyone's... Let's go. Oh, it's not... Wait, could we own that? Dudes Looking for Dudes isn't... I really want to buy the website Pushing Little Dudes Off the Objective. Yeah. .com. But I don't think that's okay either, ultimately.
And then just have links to AOS reminders.
Yeah. No, because that doesn't help you in any way do the thing. That just tells you what the things do. Like, AOS reminders is really useful, but, like, it doesn't help you play the game. It's not like, move into the midboard now. You're like, okay. It's just like, this is what happens in this phase.
It's good for practice games, but you really shouldn't be bringing it to the table because no one wants to watch you flip through like 6 pages of, I have a thing I need to remember to do.
Agreed. You should be getting off book.
You've already lost. I'm sorry.
Hold on. I think I have something that does that. Do you ever do that, though? Do you ever do a Hail Mary? Someone's like, that's 2 mortal wounds. You're like,
I must have a stratagem for this.
Let me just check, see if I have an ability. No, I don't. No, it's too late. I'm dead now.
That'd be competent rules writing. Then we can't expect that.
That always makes me laugh. I try so hard sometimes, but then it just doesn't work out.
Right? Are you excited for the show tonight? Woo!
I am. So do you want to let everyone know what's going on?
Yeah, we're recording our last episode of the season, I believe, for Party at the All Points. And we have Jacob Berry, hopefully Joe Pagano, Rob Symes, and Big Dick Alex on the show. So
it's going to be very fun. I'm excited to talk. I'm excited to talk to Big Dick Alex. That's going to be fun because that's my first.
He has a stutter, but once you get used to it, it's good.
He has a stutter. That's great.
Kinda.
That in no way will that room of people in any way take the piss out of that situation. That's fine.
No, not at all. So I think what it is his brain has a hard time functioning because all the blood is being driven to that huge dick.
Exactly. That's what I would argue as well.
Wait, does John Scrivens know Alex? Big Dick?
I think Big Dick Alex is now famous on the show. I thought.
Yeah, I mean that's the title that you don't forget.
It's the title you don't forget. Oh.
Have you ever had him on the show?
Oh, we've never had him on the show. What would we talk to him about?
I don't know. ITC, because I know you love talking about the ITC, bro.
I don't care about talking about the ITC. I don't think.
Yeah, that's
do you know what? We haven't talked about the thing. I haven't talked about the thing yet on the show. I don't know if you wanted to talk about the thing, but we haven't talked about the thing.
Let's talk about the thing.
Shall we?
Sure.
Do you think it's? No. Do you think like so? Anyway. So basically, lads, the thing is about ITC and being able to generate spare points or farm points. There's been there was. Let's not talk about it then. I was like, let's not do it. Like, I haven't talked about it all week. I didn't know if I should. I've been unsure as whether or not I should talk about it. Basically,
there's been many groups talking about it. That's for sure.
But has anyone done any live media about it?
I hope so.
No one has. No one has.
And if you don't know about it, you should know about it because, yeah, it was BS. It was a bunch of BS.
Yeah, you think it was a bunch of bullshit?
Well, yeah, these are leaders of the game, people you're supposed to look to for examples on how to run and play in a system that we all love, and they're abusing it. All those points have been taken away finally, too. That tournament is now dismissed.
Okay, just to give you for clarity, there was an accusation.
And it happened in Florida.
Yeah, there was. It happened in Florida. So Florida, by the way, where Disneyland are like photoshopping masks still open, photoshopping masks onto people on rides as opposed to making them wear masks. You know, when you take your photo on the ride. So it's happening in Florida. So probably not the right thing.
Disney will never be happy unless everyone's parents are dead.
But Disney Corp, please don't send the mouse to kill me. I'm too young to die.
You're no one's parent. It's fine.
I love how much South Park made Mickey like the truly evil piece of shit that he is. It's like, I'm gonna kill you. Aha! That fucking gets me. This is about the Art War event, so I'll try to be diplomatic about the descriptions of what's happened. A blog accused. There we go. Not I. Our blog accused a group of players from the Art of War in creating fake events or like creating like fluffed up events for ITC points, which again, if you know about ITC, which I truly don't nor care about, that's really important. And then orchestrating it so that particular players won or got the most points out of it at the end of the day, and then therefore would be able to win the ITC for the year, was the accusation. Then there were counter responses from the Art of War guys, as you would expect, putting out statements by Nick and other people. Felt really bad for Nick because the next day was his birthday. It's like, oh, you poor fuck.
Well, at least everyone knows about him now.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sure they're reaching out too.
Yeah. And that's it. The conclusion is that the ITC governing body or whatever they are, like, took the points away from the event. So whether or not like the accusations were true or not, the decision was reached that, like, in the interest of fairness, that they should. You can never really prove it, I don't think. So you would just end up pulling it away. Now, Owen makes a good point. Warhammer players manipulated rules. Never. Like, you are talking about a group of people who look for hyper efficiency all the time. However, as Tom says, if you ever get outraged by ITC points, you've probably never had sex. Recently, and that includes with yourself. Great way to de-stress. Another great thing for the mental health. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Reach new bounds. See how many times you can do it in one day. 15. Yeah, Who knew?
Right? Yeah? Just like, how many times have I masturbated in my life? What's my max? Just do it a bit more. JP Siemens, what have I missed? And all of a sudden, I've just said, see how many times you can wank in a day.
Yeah, anyways, there was a lot to that. Everything that you just kind of presented in a non-incriminating way, as best that you possibly could.
Thank you.
But there was a lot of like statements saying like, no, this is not. It was a misunderstanding. This is the intent of it. No one was trying to do this. And then there was a video of them contradicting that exact statement. And that video was where I really got pushed over the edge. Whether they were joking or not, I don't care. I get video evidence of something going on, contradicting everything that you're saying. That's what I'm going to go on. Yeah, that pissed me off, right? And there's nothing. 2020, you're not going to get anything out of 2020. Like, there's no LVO. There's no big challenge. Let it go. Look forward to 2021. Halfway through, I guess, maybe, potentially. I don't know. Vaccines.
I mean, ultimately, like, the point's taken away. So, like, whether or not it was an attempt to do a thing, like, that was resolved. Like, as a situation. I think what's sad is that, like, and it's fair to say, is that there is no governing body, like, to produce. I mean, there was a result. Like, at the end of the day, you did end up with, like, some accusations being made and then some result being made from the ITC guys. So that's kind of like, that's some sort of conclusion anyway. But like, I guess it's just what's sad is that like so much of what we do professionally, like in this hobby, which is what normally gets the most eyes. Like, you know, like a good example would be a couple of years ago at the LVO, where like that guy was just like a massive dickhead on the table and cheated,
Right.
Or LGT, where we saw cheating, yeah, or like whatever the situation.
Any
like,
major event where you see cheating.
Yeah, when you see cheating, yeah, like you're like, fuck, come on, guys, because those are normally the things that get the biggest eyes, and that's rough.
And that's what people talk about.
That's what people talk about, and then that's what people think the game is about, and it's not what the game is about at all. It's like the fringe case. Nearly 100% of the time, that's not the situation. Like a good example would be like Stephen Box from Vanguard Tactics, right? He did that video like on his arguably the YouTube video that like propelled him to like much more prominence would be the one video he made about how he got cheated at the LVO. He was already making great content and posting good numbers. There's no argument from me there. But post that video, like his numbers skyrocketed. Yeah, ultimately. And it was because like he got like it was like 40,000 views on YouTube. And in fact, actually, if you go and look on his YouTube, I doubt that there's another video of his that has that many. Yeah, it's not meant to be. It just went viral, is the point. Like, and again, so that's the thing that gets the most eyes on it. And I'm like, oh, for fuck's
people love
sake,
drama.
guys. Yeah, but it's just not fun, is it? Like, stop doing it. That's kind of my like takeaway.
If everything runs properly, everyone has a good time, but nothing negative is talked about, so then it loses interest. I don't know.
Yeah, anyway. It's just fucked. It's just fucked.
It's stupid, and I think punishment should have happened, but that's not going to be the way. The tournament is disallowed. The points are not credited, but I don't know. The way that the rules are written within the ITC, there's no real guidelines involving that, so that's the way they went about it. And it doesn't help that the ITC is run by, you know, the FLG, and Art of War is under the FLG umbrella, so that's got to make it tough for Reese and the gang to come down on those things.
It has, and to with friends as well. Like
right.
that can't be easy either. Like, and we're not trying to be like I'm not trying. Ultimately, a lot of like my reticence to get involved in the conversation is I just truly don't give a fuck about ITC points. That's truly where I am. Like, like that's where I really am. There's a whole bunch of people like, "How dare you?" And I'm like, "Why do you care?" Like, some people really care about it, don't they? Like they super care about the ITC. So that would be why, I guess.
It statistically brings more people to a tournament.
Okay, there you go. So anyway. Like, a fun little nugget of drama this week. The memes, at least, had me loving life.
Oh, yeah. That group we're a part of is no shortage of meme material.
I had some great memes. I had some great memes. So they can just cheat next time, and the worst case scenario for them, just nothing will happen to Grinaldi. Potentially, unfortunately. But
well, then how do you credit anything they do now? That's my biggest thing about it, is now that they've been caught with a dirty hand, how do you then look at any tournament result prior to that and say it was done properly? Or anything in the future? How do you not look at those people and start judging things that they're doing? That's it. Once you cheated, like the reputation for those individuals takes a long time to come back.
It really, really does. And you really do have to do something about it, like in your own personal time as well. Like you can't just like skate by. You have to be like, look, I fucked up. I did this thing. And I need to have a conversation with about it. I don't know. Like,
and the worst thing you can do is come up with a video trying to justify your cheating.
No, only ever do that for 7 to 10 minutes from your car. That's how you do it. Yeah. I only care about the cheating of other people. I only play narrative in Inquisition 28. Listen, the reason it's a sad conversation is because it's never the conversation. Like, it's not something that happens. It's so rare that we can point out the times at least where it's become like a huge public conversation, right? Like, that's how rare it is. And I think it's just a shame because I really like top-end competitive, 40k, Age of Sigmar, any of it. I like it. I think it's good. Like, they're the best examples of the people trying hard at the game. Like, in that competitive setting. There are other examples of people trying hard in other settings. Yes, of course. I understand that you've read a law book once. That's okay. But I don't want to talk to you about that.
It was like my flight to LVO when I sat beside a guy and he had minis and he put them in the overhead. And I was like, oh, what do you want to LVO to play? He's like, oh, 30K. I'm like, cool. and that was it.
Do you know how I feel when some people ask, like, you know, when someone's like, hey Robert, you're going to play Diecast? And I'm like, it's the same feeling I get when someone's like, hey Rob, what football team do you support? I'm like, hey, listen, I've got to go. It's really nice. Love talking to you. This has been great. F5. Yeah, I'm fucking gone. Up the Reds, whichever
But
one they
Diecast
are.
is the most competitive game
Is it?
that GW's ever made.
Is it good?
Yeah, Underworlds is great. Do you have time? No, and that's fine.
I don't want to play it. I don't want to. I played Underworlds. I played it before it came out.
Yeah.
Like, I played it in the back. I don't like the hexes.
Okay.
I just like. I just don't want to play in a hex world.
It's a weird thing to focus on. Sure.
Maybe it's like got a lot to do with, like, you know, Superman, the original trilogy of Supermans, and then they put Zod inside the little hexagon, and then they throw him away. Maybe I'm scared I'm going to get trapped inside the hexagon.
It wasn't a hexagon; it was a rectangle, but that's fine.
Was it a rectangle or a trapezoid?
I believe it was. I think it was a rectangle.
Rhomboid?
I'm just gonna start naming shapes.
Was it a rhomboid? Does anyone know? Hexes are great. You can't nudge a hex. It's a good point. That's a good point. What do you think? How is the competitive cheating at Underworlds at the moment? Pretty okay.
It's okay. The very first big major tournament for Underworlds, if we want to get into a story, was at LVO. And after the first day, because it's like they're like mini tournaments. So one day is a tournament, and then there was another one on Sunday. So the army that won the tournament was the Stormcast Steelhearts. I think they're called Steelhearts. This is one of the original ones. And everyone on Sunday showed up with their Steelhearts. They weren't painted. They weren't anything. Like, they had just assembled them or bought them and put them in the tournament because they won that first day. It was really funny to see. That's like everyone great. Just shift and try to be the winning one. And that's basically the ITC. Get a winning list. You're going to see that winning list in a lot of tournaments.
Tom's actually come up with a really good suggestion, which is we should make a tournament where we only invite the most irredeemable cunts available. Yeah, like, and then you stream it. That would be the best.
The drama.
The best event.
Those poor TO coaches.
To ref it.
The ref it, yeah.
Ref at every table in full, like, the American football gear. It's just like, I will fuck you up!
And mic them all at all times.
Yes, mic all of them, like you say, they're intensely. Oh my god, yeah, I'm really into that. Great idea.
You cannot have enough table bosses for that event.
You cannot. See, so you know we're going to the WTC next year. Like, right. I'm a bit intimidated, if I'm 100% honest, because we're going to be covering like 8 games. The table bosses are going to be there. I'll be table bossing for a certain amount of time, sort of thing. And like, I just the thought of the Polish guys who, according to everything I know, like, are like absolutely mental. Like, but like, you know, because they're so invested and they know what they're doing and all that other stuff. And then versus, I don't know, the Russians or whoever, and I'm just like,
didn't the Russians cheat quite a bit too?
I don't know. I
didn't they get barred from it or something?
The Russians might have got barred. But
I don't care. Sure. I have no listeners in Russia. Fuck Russia.
But all right, we'll pick, I don't know, the Swedish or whatever. Yeah, and I'm like, they're all just then like yammering in their own language, and I'm gonna be there like, what the fuck is happening right now? This is a lot. That's intense. So
yes, they did cheat for the Olympics. So Russia is out of the Olympics, and that I just assume is all the players. They're labeled now. Their players cannot be trusted.
You put the Warhammer players in with the Olympic Russian team.
Are you getting excited for 2024 when you were going to see breakdancing in the Olympics?
Is it?
Yep.
Actually, that's really cool because there's the local breakdancing crew. I don't know if I've told you this story. There's when COVID wasn't a thing, I would always take photos once a month at this great hip hop night in Nottingham called Honey Dips. Yeah, it was like I don't know how else to say. I'm just gonna say like it was a lot of black music night. It was as cool. The point. Yeah, like a lady called Aisha DJ'd it. It was fucking brilliant. And I was the photographer. I had a great time. It was really fun. And there was a breakdancing crew that were coming all the time, but they're like pro breakdancers. They would like travel around the country or even around the world, go to events. And whenever they would start doing dancing, I'd take photos. And I was like, this is so good. And I like dancing, and I could pop a move. I can't break dance, but I can pop a few moves. Yeah, so I was having some fun on the dance floor. Yeah, I can. I could do a worm. Yeah, I can shake my ass. And so I was doing that to whatever was on.
Rob, you have no ass. Come on now.
Wow.
When you look at Rob's behind, there's just an IOU note. I owe you one ass.
Why are you saying this about me? I've got a good ass. Anyway, the point was, eventually after like a couple of months, I was like, because I got friends with them, and I was like saying hi, and they'd see me every week, and they'd follow me on Instagram, and they were like, I love the photos. I was like, thanks so much, it's so nice here. Anyway, and then like one day I was like, they were dancing. I was like, saw them outside. I was like, do you guys do dance classes? And because I already knew they did dance classes, like, yeah, you should come. And I was like, oh my, come on, time. Like, is that okay? And they were like, yeah, man, fucking just message us, come over. And I never dared do it, but I so wanted to go. But I never dared do it. And my 2021 goal is I'm going to those fucking breakdancing classes. That's what I'm going to do.
Rob, yeah. I haven't paid attention to your story at all. I'm sorry. Everyone's running away with the no ass Rob. The assless Rob.
Why does everyone... I invite everyone on the show, and I'm like, a Tory, I got no ass. Yeah?
And this will be the last episode with Dayton. So it's been a pleasure to listen and
press F for Rob's ass. I've got an ass. This is bullying. This is the opposite of mental health.
It makes me feel better, okay?
Oh my god. This will become a thing, you know. I'll end up at a tournament, someone will be like, I'll be talking to someone, and I'll see someone coming up behind me, just like looking at my ass, like trying to.
Like, how do you keep your pants on? Where's your suspenders, mate?
I have a belt, and I have an ass. No ass wargamer. Oh god. Yeah. Whatever. Well, listen. Yeah, we're going now. Don't skip the ass day at the gym, Rob. How do you do your ass day? Is it squats?
Squats, lunges, squats for sure.
Okay. Well, I'll get
deadlifts. There's a lot of things that work your ass. Actually, my ass has worked too much. It's too tight, and that's what throws my back out.
When I get a bad back, about your ass
because my ass is too tight.
Oh my god, that ass.
Dude, you want to get my? I'll wake my wife up. My ass is my quality.
Oh my god. Okay.
Oh, now we got people wanting to loosen my ass. You know what? I'd appreciate that, but only from one person. And that person's name is James.
Oh, at least me and Alan Smithy are mates, apparently. Don't feel bad, I'm one of the assless ones as well. Pants don't stay up. Alan, I appreciate that. I'll brag over here.
I had a black girl at a diner that was in love with my ass.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
She was great. And I tried setting her up with another black guy, and she said, no, Dayton, I'm only into white guys. I don't know if you know this. I'm like, okay, fair enough.
I think that's why we should just cut the show.
It was wrong of me for to assume.
It was. Totally yeah, that's true. That's true.
That's where my head.
We are going to go, but like I've said, you can listen to me and Dayton both later, along with the guys from the Rage of Sigmar podcast tomorrow.
And Big Dick Alex.
Yeah, and Big Dick Alex on the... I feel like I've learned so much today. But don't forget to join me and Owen Jackson tomorrow for Stream Street Day 269. That's right, the Age of Sigmar Stat Center is coming, sponsored by the number 69 and Dayton's ass. Is
he going to be in a GIMP outfit? No, Owen would never be in a GIMP outfit.
No way. No. Owen would be in like a 3-piece corduroy suit that like maybe someone wore during like the Boer War.
If he came to Canada, he'd be in the denim tuxedo for sure. The triple denim.
That's a great look.
Yeah.
That's a great look.
He would rock that.
Yeah. What a shame you get for something got cancelled. Right, okay. Everyone, it's been lovely talking to you. We'll see you tomorrow for the show. Thanks for joining us. 269, big day. Very, very, very excited. It's been fun. Dayton, thanks so much for coming on the show. Thanks to everyone on Patreon. Thanks to everyone who listens to the podcast, and do stay hydrated. Look after yourselves. And most importantly, if you ever have anything you're upset about, worried about, just join us on the show. Drop us a message. Any of those things.
I am definitely open up for conversations whenever. And give yourself a hug, people.
Tell yourselves you're great. Look yourselves in the mirror. Yeah? You're the great one now. All right. See you guys soon. Look after yourselves. Fuck your buddies.